All right, Who Dat Nation, it's halftime from the Superdome. The New Orleans Saints up on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, 16-7. Brendan Boylan here with Kyle T. Mosley and Bob Rose. Guys, let's just start with the biggest news of the first half. Jameis Winston carted off the field in the first half. Right before the half, the broadcast team sharing that he is questionable to return. The Saints confirmed that it is a knee injury. Guys, Trevor Siemian came in and he hadn't thrown a touchdown pass since 2017. He goes 7 of 11 for 60 yards and that touchdown to Alex Arma Jr., his first touchdown in over 2 years. What have you guys made of Trevor Siemian and the response from the Saints after losing quarterback number one to what initially appeared to be a pretty serious injury?
Listen, thank you for joining us at halftime, Who Dat Nation, and again, happy Halloween to everybody out there, and especially the kids and the families. But we've heard Sean Payton talk about Siemian before, and Payton has always expressed confidence in Trevor's ability to run his system, and it's very clear that Sean decided to stick with the game plan even when Siemian came in. Now we'll see what kind of halftime adjustments are going to be made. Because questionable or not, I would be shocked to see Jameis Winston back on the field. I am just hoping, knock on wood, that this ugly-looking injury does not extend into several games or the rest of the season. But you could tell that the entire New Orleans Saints offense and defense got fired up and right behind their teammate. So hopefully Siemian, again, needs to play within himself. That offensive line is protected great, knock on wood, and needs to continue to do so because this is a war up front on both lines of scrimmages.
Well, Kyle, this is a Tom Brady that is not known for turning the ball over, but in recent years against New Orleans, he's done just that. The Saints come up with 2 takeaways. What have you liked about this New Orleans Saints defense?
Well, they responded, and that's what you need. You need to see your team know that your leader is going down. What are we going to do to be able to make up the difference? They are coming in. They're responding. Mark Ingram. No, this is the perfect time for Mark Ingram to be a New Orleans Saint, isn't it? To come in, he's running angry. The team is responding with a lot of passion. Did you see Traquan Smith? Oh, my God. So I'm just I'm just saying, you have to have that passion. You have to be behind your leader. You have to know that if one of your guys goes down, somebody else is there to take up the slack. But I think the Saints are playing the way they need to play Tom Brady. The Saints defense is really keeping everything in front of them, right? I know that Evans got beyond Lattimore at first, but I think the adjustments from Dennis Allen has really worked in the second quarter.
Well, you talked about Mark Ingram. What a first half for Mark and his return. And like you said, running angry, certainly on that last first down run, really got the crowd hyped up. I know our colleague John Hendricks tweeted out a video of the intros, and man, Mark got the loudest applause of anyone. Let's talk about his partner in crime and Alvin Kamara. Bob, you and I talked about it before the game. This is a defense that has had Kamara's number at least the last 2 or 3 meetings that they've had in terms of keeping him in check yards-wise. However, he has found the end zone a lot against Tampa Bay over the years. So far, 10 touches for Kamara, 31 yards. How do the Saints get him a little bit more involved?
That's just it. You still have to be patient, with Kamara and Ingram too in the running game, like Kyle just pointed out. But ideally, you want to get Kamara in space. So I'd expect a couple of screen passes, thrown. They seem to be focusing on their left side on Tampa Bay, this right side of Tampa Bay's defense. So look for a couple screens that direction. Pull out Eric McCoy from his center spot and get big 72 Teron Armstead out in front of Kamara. But don't be surprised to see them. In fact, I expect to see them use a couple screens. Get Trevor, continue Trevor's rhythm, and get the ball in the hands of your best player, which is number 41.
And Kyle, sticking with the offense and Trevor Siemian, you guys mentioned it best. He has done everything he's been asked to do. He's made some smart plays. Do you expect Sean Payton to change anything, or are we going to see a little bit more of a conservative approach offensively, especially having to throw Siemian in this situation?
No, you can't. You can't be conservative in this game. You still have 2 quarters left. You still have Tom Brady on the opposite side of that field. You still have a Bucs team that is smarting right now. The Saints that missed extra point, hopefully that doesn't come back to loom over their head. And, I know the kid just came in, but that's a big miss. I think right now, the Saints are going to position themselves, stay aggressive more on the ground, look for a lot of play action fakes, look for some rollouts from Siemian. If you remember when he was with the Broncos, he did very well when he rolled out, especially to his right. So hopefully he can limit any mistakes, any bad passes, just keep the ball going down the field methodically. I think we'll be all right.
Both you guys, this question goes to the both of you. When you look at the New Orleans Saints defense and how they've contained what we feel is one of the most dangerous offenses in all of football, how do they continue to do that? And Bob, you pointed out a guy like Paulson Adebo who's going to be attacked, especially with a guy like Chris Godwin in this game. How do you think Adebo's held up between him and Roby? Both of them got snaps and looks against Chris Godwin.
I actually think Adebo has held up well, and Bradley Roby is getting targeted more often than any other Saints defender, is what I'm noticing. So I'd look for Roby to possibly step up and make a couple plays. But I'll tell you what, this Saints run defense needs to play a little bit more intense and get some interior penetration more consistently, because the Buccaneers have broken a couple of runs. And you can't let this Brady offense get any kind of balance at all. Otherwise, it's going to put your pass rush and your secondary back on their heels. If the Saints run defense can cinch up just a little bit, then Roby, Lattimore, and Adebo can play more aggressive man-to-man coverage. I do like the pressure that the Saints have generated on Tom Brady, but you have to eliminate the run game altogether.
Marcus Davenport, been a big part of the Saints defense last week and again this week. Kyle, what have you liked about Davenport, especially a guy who's faced a lot of criticism from the Who Dat Nation in his first contract?
Well, last week he looked really good. This week he's looking good again, right? I like what I see in Davenport. And, they're switching him from side to side. You notice that, Bob? He's not staying on one side. He's not being static. And I think that's a good thing, because I think when you put him on one side and able to put Cam interior, that helps to generate more of a pass rush as well. So hopefully we'll see more of those different type of lineups to be able to create some games or stunts for him, to be able to get to Tom Brady. I know those guys have been close. We need them to be a little bit step further. If the Saints can continue to keep wearing them down, I think you'll see Tom Brady make more mistakes, just like the one that Cam Jordan was able to knock that football out for the fumble recovery, and the Saints in good territory.
Yeah, Kyle, and that's such a great observation on your part. Not only Davenport got good penetration on that play too, on that fumble, and either Cam or Davenport could have been given credit for the play. They both played well, and your article was on Big David O. Coming back, had some foreshadowing to it. Because we have seen Onyemata get a little bit of push up there. So, Tampa Bay has had to, employ one-on-one coverage against either Davenport or Cam. So, look for them to keep flip-flopping those defensive ends and try to take advantage of those one-on-one matchups.
Yeah, and look, David Onyemata is crucial for the Saints going down the stretch. If he can, I know he has to work up his ladder, get back into the routine. I expect to have him to have a major impact the second half.
All right, real quick, Bob, what is your biggest key to victory in the second half, and how can everybody follow you over on the World Wide Web?
Biggest key to the second half is keep up your intensity. If you're the New Orleans Saints, the individual intensity. They came out well with it, and then that just got ratcheted up when Jameis, went down. So you have to maintain that intensity, which can be exhausting. Offensively, the Saints have to keep with their game plan, be patient with it. They are making some plays. Defensively, as I said before, you got to stop the run. You have to eliminate that altogether, and look for Dennis Allen, like Kyle said before, to mix up some of his pressures and try to force Tom Brady into more mistakes.
Well, Kyle has jumped out, but you can follow me over on Twitter at BT Boylan. Follow all of our work with the Saints News Network over at si.com/NFL/Saints. Bob, I know you got some trick-or-treating to do with the little guy. A little disappointed he didn't show up as Thor, but maybe we'll get you next year for the Halloween special. We'll get Bob Rose all dressed up, and maybe it'll be something other than Thor next year. But guys, thoughts and prayers up with Jameis Winston. Hope that the injury is not as bad as it looked. And for the New Orleans Saints, they have a 2-score lead over the defending Super Bowl champs. We'll see if they can see it through. Guys, make sure you check out the post-game recap by John Hendricks, like I said, over at Saints News. Bob and I will see you next week. Happy Halloween. You guys stay safe out there.